Welcome. My name is Christopher Bailey, and I am an implementation consultant for Green Orbit, the intranet with everything built in. In this tutorial today, we're going to cover your global navigation, how to create a horizontal and vertical nav. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, what you're looking at right now, you're looking at your home site. Now, in our previous trainings, we've covered how to actually access your admin. First, what you want to do is go to the URL, and where you see it says /, you want to type in admin. All right, you click enter, it opens you up to your admin. You see here, you type that, and now you have your admin is opened up here. All right, next, we're looking now for our nav editor. Go into home, scroll down, you see we have nav editor here that's open. Now, what we want to do is we want to add a new navigation item. Okay, so let's go and let's add a nav bar. Let's call this our training navigation bar. Okay, now we want this navigation bar to be shared because we want to be able to use it not just on one page, we want it to be used throughout the entire intranet site. And we can set that we will allow editing to the nav bar. Okay, first, let's just go ahead and create a horizontal nav. You see here how it changed, the screen's changed, because the only thing that you're going to need is just this information to create a horizontal nav. If I was creating a vertical nav, you see here I have to look at what I want to display as my home link as well as what I want to set as the home link URL. Okay, so for the start of this example, let's look at horizontal. We want to go ahead and click next. And now it takes you to adding items to your nav bar. So in order to add items to your nav bar, you want to highlight navigation bar and then you want to click add. Now, if I want to just add to the nav bar only, I need to go back and make sure I highlight the nav bar to continue to add my items. If I want to create secondary navigation and third level navigation, then I will highlight the nav item here and then I will click add. Now this gives me a second level. I want to go any further, I can do a third. See here? So I can only go this far as it pertains to nav items. I cannot go any further as it would tell you you've reached your maximum levels allowed. Okay, so now I go here and I can just type in what I want my nav item to be. So I want this to be training 101, and then I can do training 102, and then this, or just make this training 101A, and then we make this training 101B. Okay, so now you see here I got these different levels. Now if I go down here and I just say I want my other item to be video 1, and then this one be video 2. Oops, there we go. Video 2, and then I want this one to be video 3. All right, so now I've created my nav. I have the areas here of how I want these nav items to open, if I want them to open up in a current window or if I want to make them a new window, I have that option to do that. And what this means here in terms of insert link, what it is simply saying is this this icon here of insert link tells you that you can either insert the URL link that's going to be associated with your nav items, or you can actually copy paste your URL for these links here. So if I go to training and let's say I want to look for the page that I want my nav item to be connected to, I see I got a CMS page here for training. Click on that, it opens up. I can have this nav item go to the folder or I can have it go to the page. I just simply highlight it. I don't have to copy and paste that here, and I just simply click OK. You see here how it has inserted my URL for this particular page. I do the same for all the rest. Let's just say I did the same for all the rest of these items. They're all linked. And then I click next. It now takes me to my confirmation page. When I get to my confirmation page, I read over, make sure that everything is set up the way I want it, and I click finish. Now, when I click finish, I now can go to my home page, and you see here that it's nothing populated here. I don't have anything that says training navigation, right? So I go to my editor and I go to live. And let's say for this example, I want to replace this navigation bar. So I simply go ahead and close this out and add a new navigation. Now, this is one way you can do it. You can also just simply edit the navigation and select a different one. But I just want to show you how step by step when you add in a new navigation. So I go to home and I realize that I have a vertical nav and I have an area here that shows me that I have some more navigation items to choose from. And I have my global nav and I have the uh, training navigation bar that I just created. I select it. And now you see here that my training navigation bar is now populated. I can go to preview and I can see just how this navigation works. You see here I got secondary level and I got third level. If I click on training, it's going to take me to my training page. All right. If I had a page here, it would go here. If I had a page, it would go there. Notice nothing secondary navigation is not listed there. You see I have the area there. Now I can set this to be a hover where when I hover over it, it actually activates it, or I can have it set to where I click on it and then it can activate it. Okay. That's how I'll go about setting up my nav bar. All right. Now go back home and being that I came out of the editor when I clicked on it, I have to go back and notice none of my information saved. That's because I clicked on the link and activated it to take me to the page and it removed me from the editor. So make sure that whenever you're making edits and changes on a page of any sort, that you be mindful of not clicking on the link in preview mode because your links are active. Okay. So now let's go out and go back to our editor. And now let's just create a vertical navigation really quickly. Same way. We want to add a navigation. We want to make this training bar 2. And we want this to be shared. Yes. And we want this to allow editing. Yes. And we want to leave this as a vertical. Now the home link, you can just say that as training. Okay. And then if you want the home URL, you just simply type in H. Okay, that's the URL that's going to be associated with this home link text. Click next. Let me go back. Let me go back before I go any further. I can have the home link go to the home site, or I can have it go to another page. So if I wanted to go, so if I have these areas here in my teams, and let's say I want this to go to human resources, I can have it go to that particular page. So if I go down here to my subsites really quickly, go to edit, and if I see that I wanted to go to a particular page, so if my home site I want to go here, I can have it go to HR, maining, or training. So if I wanted to go to training, I go back to my nav bar where I was at. I was adding it, and I had to probably start all over and put training bar 2. Oops, bar 2, and I go to shared, and then I go to allow vertical, and then training. Right, that's the home link. And then I want to utilize / training. Okay, that's where I want it to go. Click next. Go to add my nav bar. We're just going to add one item here just so you all can see training. And then we'll add another one. Add one more. Okay, and then video. Oops, highlight it. Video, and then uh, new hire. Okay, now, and then let's just do our training. Insert our link. We want to go to training page. Okay, next, finished. And now we've created that. Now, if I want to go back to this and I want to add some different levels to it. It's the same rules apply. I click on training and I add another level. And I can say training, oops, wait a minute, training bar, wait, training bar 2, okay? And I click OK. So now I've added a secondary level to this navigation. And now I want to go back to my home page. And now I see here that I have my global navigation. Now what I want to do is I want to actually go and add this vertical navigation. So when I go to, let me click on um, my nav here, go to edit. And now you see here when I go to home, you see I have 2 areas now that have extra um, nav items, opportunities for me to select from, options for me to select from. Click here. I want to change that. So now you see that my nav bar has changed to a vertical nav. I can go to preview and you see here that I have the option here to activate my secondary navigation here. This is how you go about creating global navigation for horizontal and for vertical. This concludes our training session for this module. For more information on Green Orbit and its functionality, please visit our Learn site at learn.greenorbit.com. Thank you so very much, and we look forward to seeing you on the next video.